Hey guys, Jessica here. So today we are going to talk about Medela cups and replacement parts. So, not the world's most interesting topic, but these cups are super popular and they pair very, very nicely with one of the top two portable pumps that I recommend. So, they pair really, really nicely with the Pumpables Genie Advance. So, I have a lot of clients who are using Medela cups with the Pumpables Genie Advance, and it's a great pairing. So we wanted to jump in and find out what's up with the new Nini supply parts, how do they differ, and what are they doing in terms of performance. So let's take a look at what this is. So these are the parts that go inside of the Medela from Medela brand. It's a one piece. So this is an incredibly convenient design. You do not have to keep track of a separate duckbill, which I personally really, really like. So you've got this. Nini supply is a slightly different variation. The backflow is exactly the same shape. It is a little bit thinner. This is a little bit stiffer material. This is a little bit thinner and more flexible. So right there, we know there's a good chance this is going to change suction. And then this little number. So instead of having one piece, you have two. So not quite the same as a traditional duckbill. I don't know how durable this part is going to be. We have seen this flap like design on Medela for several years, and it's been reasonably successful. It tends to last longer than a duckbill valve, and we regularly see performance going for 3 to 6 months depending on use. I typically recommend replace every 3 with this design just because most of my clients are trying to get optimal function. So we don't like to play with old parts. So this is probably going to last you about 90 days, which is about what I would say this lasts. If this lasts a little bit less, it is less expensive. So that may be a good trade off. So let's talk suction. With the Medela Freestyle Flex that this was originally designed for, I did not detect any real noticeable identifiable change in suction that exceeded more than 5%. So if it's within 5%, that's pretty normal. With the Genie Advanced, I did notice a little bit of loss of suction on the higher levels. So at the lower levels, suction was virtually identical. As we got to the stronger, longer pulls and expression, I did see about a 10% reduction in suction. So if you are somebody who's using the Medela cups and maxing out your Genie Advance, yeah, it may not be the best pairing. But if you're somebody who's on the lower section, you're likely not going to notice a difference. And the price savings may be worth it to you. So I have a lot more pumps to test with this to see exactly how they're doing because Medela cups, I can link the video below so you can see that I did with Allison over at New Little Life. When we hooked up the Medela cups to the baby Buddha, we did not get the best results. We got elevated suction and it actually ruined the pump that I was testing it on. I will say that my initial testing is showing a little bit lower. So there is a possibility that as we complete testing, I'll be able to say that, hey, if you use these parts, it could be okay with the baby Buddha. It still did pull higher suction on that long pull, but I need to do more testing to know, what the recommendations would be. So if you are looking to replace your Medela internal parts, this is still going to be your best bet. This is what it was designed for. This convenience that is something to consider. Do you want to have keep track of two parts? If you do not care about keeping track of two parts, you're using the Freestyle Flex, you're using the Genie Advance on the lower levels. Yeah, you can absolutely look at these. They seem to be pretty good. They're made by Nini Supply. We know that Nini Supply is a major manufacturer of flanges and replacement parts, and for the most part, tends to be as good or close to as good as the ones that the manufacturers came up with. So I don't know. For me, I would say you could experiment with it. There is a possibility that this will change it with other pumps. So if you're using it with another pump, I can add it to the list of things to test. But I did want to get this out there because the majority of my clients that are using these cups are using it with the Genie Advanced. So that was where we started with Medela and Genie Advanced. And then stay tuned to find out where we ultimately land on, is this a safe cup to use with the baby Buddha pump? But hopefully this helps somebody, and we will keep trying to figure out all these mysteries of how all these parts are interconnected.